Bitcoin right now hanging out at $50,000, pressing up to the top of the concrete ceiling that we've been covering in our videos for the past weeks, if not months now. If you're new here, you're going to want to subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment. In this video, we're going to be covering Bitcoin, of course, but going into the altcoins and what may lie next for them, given that Bitcoin is staring at a moment where it's at the 786 of the macro bull market top of 2021 to the macro bear market bottom in 2022. We're right at that 786. And when you break through a 786, fireworks can happen. So we're staring at this moment where it could be a hard rejection for Bitcoin with a retest down to the lower 30K region, or we could be at a point where we could slam up through that concrete ceiling, hold it as support, and then head up to retest our all-time highs here back in 2021. So let's dive into it. Starting off with the total crypto market cap. What we're doing right now as we speak, we have a 1 day prepare to sell soon that flashed yesterday. So last night we had flashed this 1 day prepare to sell soon. And as you can see here, it's just prepare to sell. You're not selling right away. You're waiting for that vertical yellow sell now signal. Notice that back in October when we flashed that first vertical red line, that was the start. That was the kickoff. We were heating up. Then we had a sell now here. We kind of lost momentum, but we went sideways, which showed strength. Then we had another 1 day sell warning that set this up for our second kind of wave up here. We had a sell now flash, and it's really been sideways. We had a little fake out up here due to the ETF, but then we came back down, and then we flashed this 1 day prepare to buy soon, which actually hit the bottom right there to a T. We had the buy now, went sideways, rallied up. We just broke past this previous all-time high in January, and we just flashed that 1 day prepare to sell soon yesterday. So if this is going to pan out like the previous times, we could be at the beginning of another rally, another leg up for the whole total crypto market cap and the whole crypto space at large here. And what we're doing right now, and what I'd really like to see is by tomorrow night, if we can hold this 1 day candle above this 2618 breakout extension from the 786 that we had set back here in July. We broke above in October. Then we reached out to our 1618 extension. We were hung up at it for a bit, broke above, and now we're right at that 2618. If we can hold above here with candle body closes on a daily couple days, right above there, and start pressing up with momentum, and we don't flash that vertical yellow, then the next target is going to be, like we've been saying, up there to $2.2 trillion. So if that's going to be the case and we start to head up and we decisively break up with a lot of momentum, and we'll gauge that in a second, then we have a pretty big move up to around 18 to like 22% on the low end, 15. So 15 to 22% could even stretch out to that 3618 at 26%. So that's going to be a large move because that's a lot of money flowing to the crypto space. And I don't think it will entirely go into Bitcoin. I think most of it will flood into like Ethereum and then altcoins as well too. And I think altcoins are going to really start to catch up. And if we take a look at the altcoins right now, we go to the daily chart, Bitcoin made a new high, but the altcoins are kind of like a little bit behind. So we broke above this 786 here, which in the video I did, I think yesterday, 2 days ago, that's what we wanted to see. We want to get above that 786 and we want to confirm it as support. So I don't want to see the altcoin market cap come down and break below 513 billion. We want to maintain above that level. If we can maintain above there and keep going on up with the momentum here on the 1 day chart, then we're in good business and we're good to see another rally up, and likely will come first up to that 2618 extension, which was the previous highs over here. But breaking above there with that momentum, I believe is going to bring us right up to here, which is around 732 to 743 billion. Because that's the 2618 extension of the micro fib, but also the 4236 extension of the 786 from down here that we had set in July. We broke above in October, and that's where I believe we would head up to. And we had our fractal pattern that kind of lined up with that area. So we could see that by the end of March. We could have a pop up to like 600 billion tail end of February, but then in March come back down, retest our highs over here, and then go for March to those levels up there. So that's on the daily chart. Momentum's looking good. And then if we look on the 3 day chart, we're about to cross up. That pink and that blue are getting close, and then they now are diverging. We want to see the pink on top, the blue's coming back down, and we really want to see that stock RSI orange line, the slower line, get through that 50 line, and then see that TSI cross up, which we're about to see, and it's above the 0 line. But notice back here though, we could be in the midst of doing something like this, where it's a cross up, but then it's a lower high, even though we make a higher high here, and then we actually have our real kind of move, which is a move lower. And what that would do is, let's say we come up here and then we would come back down, likely retest the top of this rectangle. And that scenario would only pan out if Bitcoin's going to come back down to the lower 30K region. That's why we're staring at a critical moment right now, because with Bitcoin being at the top of this concrete ceiling, it's going to be the decider of how all the market moves these coming months here. So now let's go into the others market cap. This is all the cryptos excluding the top 10. If we go to the daily chart here, we are right now above that 786. So we want to maintain above this level. So we're sitting at a critical moment for the altcoins as well too. They need to hold the line here and start to press up and break past these previous highs. The momentum is saying it's got the juice for it on the 1-day chart, but let's look at the 3-day, same kind of scenario there. Let's look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart had a cross down on the TSI. It's now crossing back up. MACD, 2 green prints right there, dark green prints. Then if we look at the stock RSI, some hidden bullish divergence where you had a low here and a lower low, even though we had a low and a higher low right now. So that's pretty solid to see, as long as we can come up and cross through that 50 line on the weekly chart with the stock RSI. We don't want to hang out below the 50 line. It's not an area you want to be. Because look, when we're below the 50 line, like here, you're in a downtrend. Then you get above, you maintain above, and then you can start to rally up. You go below the 50 line, you're in a downtrend. You get above, you can go up. And then here, that's why you want to cross up fast and then get above the 50 line, because there's a risk. If the momentum stays down here for long, then the odds for correction are bigger. So that's why quick cross ups, it's good to cool off, but you don't want to cool off for too long, because then you ain't getting back up. So that's why you want to see this cross by the end of this week come up, get above that 50 line by next week or the week after, and then we're in good business. So then looking at this, if we break above the 786 here, then we can target this 1618 extension, which happens to coincide with the 2618 extension from the breakout of the 786, which would be 280 billion. And we'd probably melt up to this zone here, which is the macro of 786 and the 2618 right there. And then we can mark that, which would be a substantial move as far as the altcoins. That's 30% to potential 50% across the board. So that's what I'm looking at for the altcoins here. And then let's look at Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance right now on the 1-day chart is running into that trendline resistance like this. We have our high here, another high, and then we're right now right at it. And what we're watching is the 1-day TSI to cross down. So right now it hasn't crossed down yet, but if we go to on the 1-day, if we look to the 12-hour chart, we can gauge and kind of front run it. And right now we are at levels on the 12-hour chart here, where we top. So I would like to say within the next, and then let's take a look at it. Yep, top right there, top right there, top right there. I'd like to say within the next 24 to 48 hours, it's likely Bitcoin dominance will top and start to roll over. And then looking at the times that it did, like January 9th, let's go to the altcoins. So January 9th, right here, that was a little local bottom for kind of retesting back up to the previous highs. So altcoins did well when Bitcoin dominance topped there. Then let's look at back here, December 7th. Let's go back to others. December 7th was literally right here, right before we had a nice run up for the altcoins for the month of December. That was a good time. And then let's look at this time back here, which was like October 25th. And then let's go to others. October 25th was right here before it was the start of our big run up. So looking pretty solid for some altcoin action to finish off the month of February, in my opinion, with the data that we have right now. But crypto, man, it constantly changing rapidly. Doesn't help that it's a 24-hour market either, 7 days a week. So that's why you're going to want to join the Discord. Link is in the bio. Come join it, because I keep people updated in real time when things change on the charts. And things can change quick in crypto, that's for sure. So that's why you're going to want to join the Discord, so you can get those additional real-time updates in there. But Bitcoin dominance, that's what I'm thinking, 24 to 48 hours to start to roll over for that. And then looking at this USDT plus USDC versus the total crypto market cap chart, This is how we gauge whether or not we're going to go up in crypto or have a correction. Right now, we're at these previous lows that from January, and the first week of January, we found a bounce at. Then we had that big crash the first week of January, right? Now we're back at those levels and we're at the 2618. If you break a 786, you can target the 2618. So we're at that first target. What's going to be key is if we break below there, because then we have substantially more evidence that we're going to continue to melt up in the crypto market. So where we're at right now is definitely key as far as a cautionary, with Bitcoin being at that concrete ceiling. This reached the 2618 extension, as well as, total 3 is right at that 76, hasn't broke past those highs yet. Same with the others as well too. That's going to be critical that this continues to melt down. And right now, looking at the momentum, that stock RSI is crossing down through that 50 line. Just like back here, crossed down through that 50 line. That was the start of our downtrend. We could be at the beginning of the start of another big downtrend here, like this. So we could be at the beginning and kind of go sideways, hanging at these lows, and then melt down here, or maybe we're a little bit further along. Maybe it's something like this, and we have a little bounce up. And then February 21st, we kind of top there, and then we roll over for the start of March, and then March into April, we continue to melt down here, which will be extremely positive for crypto. So this is what I'm watching. We're at a key level across the board. We do have the blue coming up, which is good because we want to see this go down. So the blue needs to be above the pink. So that's solid so far. Looking at Bitcoin right now, it's right at the top of that concrete ceiling. It's knocking on the door. Is it going to break above it? What we're going to see in the next 24 to 48 hours here. But to be honest, there's some heavy resistance coming up at 51.5K. If it can break above the 50,110 level, which we've had, we're stuck below it at this moment. If we can break above, it's likely we'll have a wick up to 51,500. That could be our top. The key is, we're at heavy resistance right now, but if we come up here and we can break above and hold that support for a few days, better yet, a weekly candle close, then we're probably doing a 2020 to 2021 type bull run. If we come up here, get a hard rejection, we come back down like that, it'll look eerily similar to here, and we'll have a substantial correction back down, probably to 44K. And to be honest, there'd be a lot of momentum going down at that point, and it would probably be fast like that, and then we come back up. So this is why we're at such a key moment, because if you're going to let go of some bags, you want to do it up here, not down here, where you have to make the decision, is it going to hold, or is it going to and go back up, or is it going to hold here and break down? Harder to make a decision there, easier to make one up here. So that's why being attentive to the market this week is going to be utmost importance. So right now we are calling up multiple 4-hour candles right below that concrete ceiling, and looking at the momentum on the 4-hour chart, stock RSI is hung up below that 50 line. We need to see follow through above there. TSI is crossed down. Even though the MACD is green, we're having some weird signs right now. It's a little indecision at the moment. So yeah, 50,110. And then if we can come up here and get rejected, then I'd be looking for some shorts personally, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. So it's going to be a big week as far as we can play it both ways. If Bitcoin gets above here, holds that support, starts to head up, all coins are going to rally like crazy. If we have a hard rejection, come back down, all coins will probably get hit with it. But when Bitcoin finds its footing and starts to come up, all coins will be the outperformers in my opinion as well too. So then let's look at XRP. XRP had that 1-day buy now that we're tracking on the Kraken chart. We got that official 1-day buy now. We're up ever since that point, and we're bouncing on the top of that belly of the beast, hit it to a T. And we had the momentum coming up here, but I don't think it's quite ready yet. It needs a little bit of time. It might come back up here, come down. So like as far as XRP and XLM goes, I think they need a little more time. They're not quite ready yet, which is a good thing. There's a lot of other coins that are going up right now. Like Render, as we speak, is over $5. Pyth just hit a new all-time high. Beam hit a new all-time high. Nasana hit a new, so like you can play these other coins while XRP and XLM are doing their thing, make those gains, toss them into XRP and XLM before they go. That's what we're doing over at Stargate. In the ICYMI info channel, Yesterday, I said that I was increasing my holdings in Pyth because it's on the verge of price discovery. That was when it was at 0.575. It's at 60 cents right now. So we're up on that. I said that I was going to be, increase my holdings at XEN on the 10th about 3 days ago. And it was up 35% since the call out that morning. Nasana, when it was at $1.84, I said, I'm adding more to it. It's at over $3 right now. So we're hitting and Beam, when it was at 0.02379, it's at 3 cents right now. So we're playing these other coins, making these gains, all the while waiting for XRP and XLM to be ready. Once that moment hits, you can bet that I'm going to be swapping a lot of those coins into the chosen ones. So I'll be keeping the Stargate premiums updated when I do that. And if you want to get into premium, you know where to go. Discord link is in the bio. Friend request me, Rob at Stargate, or just mention in the general chat that you want to get kitted and suited up, and I'll serve you. So let's do it. Now we got the next one. So XRP to Bitcoin, what I wanted to cover here was the 3-week chart. We have a prepare to buy soon. I'll be looking to probably go heavy into XRP once we hit this level with XRP to Bitcoin, which is 0.0000929. Reason being, we have the low here from December of 2020 to the high of May of 2021. This was when XRP went 10x in about, I think it was like 90 days. It went from like 22, close to 10x. It was like 18 cents or 23 cents up to $1.80. And that was it, that move right there. So from the low of the bear market, from the low for XRP to Bitcoin to the high up here, we have our 786 right there. Plus we have the 3-week prayer to buy soon. Likely we're going to come down to this level, which is not too far away. I mean, it's only like another 10%. So maybe Bitcoin has another 10% to go in it, which will bring it up to 55K. And then XRP stays kind of steady, and then all of a sudden the tides turn. So I'm waiting to get an XRP once we see a tap of that, because I think it's going to come down and tap that. So until then, I'll keep people updated in the Discord. And then XLM on the 3-day chart, when that buy now signal comes in, I'm getting ready to load up on XLM, because for ever since 2022, when the buy now came in January, we went up. June, we went up. We had the sell back here in August. We went down. We had the buy here. We went up, and we're at the same level right now. We have the low to the high. We had pinpoint tapped the 786, held it with the prepare to buy soon. If we can just get that buy now signal, then we're good to go, and I'm ready to pile into XLM. But it needs to get above that 50 line in the stock RSI. It could be at this moment where we cross back down and then come up. So I'm going to be waiting on that until we see some more confirmation, which we'll need to see that 3-day TSI cross up, which, I mean, it's at levels where it did it before. So we could be getting close here. We can gauge it by going to the 2-day chart. We could be very close. We could be close. It's all a matter of if we're going to cross up and come back down, like back here in June that we did, or this is equivalent to September, come back down, or we could already did it because we're getting close to flashing. We already flashed a 1-day buy now, but we're probably getting very close to flashing a 2-day buy now. Yeah. So yeah, there was a fake out here. It came back down for the real one. So we're going to have to see how that pans out. And in the Discord, in the XLM signals channel right here, you'll see when that 2-day buy now and 3-day buy now flash. Then let's go to Beam, because Beam hit a new all-time high. It's at 3 cents right now, and it's at the 1618 extension. We got above the purple moving average here. If we can press up through 0.303, the likely next level is around 0.044, which is this orange moving average and the 2618 extension. And you can always target the 2618 when you break out of the 786. And then Pyth have a 1-day sell warning right now, prepare to sell, which means that it's heating up. It just hit a new high from this previous one back here. It was a wick up in February. This I don't count because it was when it just came out. It's likely Pyth is going to head up to around 70 cents. And I'm going to be looking to levy trade that in Greece City in the Discord with the day trade dogs over here, Greece City. Yeah, they already got it going. So yeah, so Pyth looking good, Beam looking good. Render, let me pull that up because it is firmly above $5 right now. Yeah, they're breaking above the orange moving average here, the 786 as well. So we're probably going to see a $6.50 to potentially $8.60 render pretty soon. Pretty soon here. You heard it here first. It looks like it's getting ready to go. We had a 1 day buy now, I believe, came back in here somewhere. Yeah, 1 day buy now. Right now, if we can just smash above like $5.50, it's likely that those are the next targets. And look at this. Look at that fib overlap right at around like 11 to 12 bucks. So it might be time to do some updated 2024 price prediction videos like the one I did for Stronghold. I did a part 2. If you didn't see it, link is in the bio. Look for the 2024 price predictions playlist, because a lot of these coins are doing what we were covering back in those videos in December, November, October. So now let's take a look at some potential anomalies for day trades today. Keep in mind, it is Tuesday, February 13th. It's 2:04 a.m. So, things change. So that's why you're going to want to join the Discord for anything that may, I think the CPI data comes out this morning. So that's going to be some volatility, some Wixaw action. So definitely make sure you keep that in mind. But looking for some day trades going into tomorrow or today. Right now on the third render. 30 minutes ago, we flashed an anomaly. Cock 30 minutes ago. Flow an hour ago. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart. Render right now is flashing an anomaly on the 1 hour chart and the 30-minute chart. So render looks like the play of the day, my friends. So I'll be looking to grease up render and grease city with the dogs. So keep in mind, that's what I'm looking to do. And I'll be tracking that real time in Grease City in the Discord with the Stargate VIPs. If you want to get access to, these calls that I'm doing with these swing trades, these undercover gems, these day trades in Grease City with the anomalies, man, we've been crushing it. So you're going to want to join the Discord or go to stargate-ventures.com. And right on the homepage, book a free call. We can talk about what Stargate can assist you with as far as your needs. So link is in the bio for that. It's going to be a good day today. We're going to have to see how things pan out. But keep in mind the key levels. Bitcoin right at the concrete ceiling. The USDT plus USDC against the total crypto market cap at a key level. We want to see it break down. Total 3 right at that 786. We could be at the precipice of some exciting times here. So definitely, if you're looking to strike on this opportunity, you know where to be at. So I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.